Welcome to Monks Alive. Hey, it may be a short show today. I know it's summer, everybody is busy, and I respect that. I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I did want to come on and do a little live stream just to sort of share with some of the things that I've been doing. I'm back home now, just got back from a trip. I'm tired, but it was a great trip, and I want to share some about that. And if anybody, any of the guests wants to come on here, you are more than welcome, and we can go as long as you want to, up to an hour, because I do want to respect your time. I want to respect everybody else's time. That's why I try to keep it to an hour. We sometimes go over that because the conversation is so good. But today, you may have to just put up with me, and if you do, well, okay. Hey, a little bit about some of the things. I just want to make some announcements. If you saw that 2-minute intro, I try to put those counters down there because several things happen in that last 2 minutes. Trying to get the computer to sync up. I'm trying to make sure everything's ready, and it gives me 2 minutes to share with you something, and then while I can do some work behind the scenes. But that particular one, that video is really part of a video that came out last Friday on my channel about digging up Kansas. And that has been a very popular video. A lot of people have watched it, commented on it, and it was the end of a series of videos that I had done about traveling across Kansas, different historic sites, trying to dig up some of the history of them, of before man ever walked on these plains. This was all a huge intercontinental ocean. And so when you go out to places like Little Jerusalem Badlands State Park or Monument Rocks out in western Kansas, or maybe even there's a place called Mushroom Rocks State Park. It's the smallest state park in the state of Kansas. But these places have these amazing rock formations. And what they are is it's really from the bottom of the ocean. There's sedimentary rock formations. And if you go to a road cut out in western Kansas and dig in to the sides, oftentimes you can find fossils like petrified prehistoric shark's teeth, prehistoric clamshells, because this was all a huge ocean. And so those sites were there before people walked on these plains. And then we came on and we started looking at when people did walk and when people came in, the native people who came in and out at Scott Lake or Lake Scott State Park. There's El Cortalejo. It's the only pueblo in the state of Kansas. What's so fascinating about it is that it's the pattern and design is very much like the Chicoans in Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. Very similar construction, slightly different, but and it looks like the Chicoans left that area in New Mexico around 1250, and this was 1600 when this pueblo, they think, was built. And then it was used by the Spanish, and then it was used by the French, and it's been used, but now it's just the foundation of it. But went from Chaco Canyon, went from El Cortalejo to the Little House on the Prairie. And now you've got two different cultural movements coming together to collide, the indigenous population and the pioneers that are coming in from the east, and they collided here on these plains. So we looked at those things. And then as the European settlers came across the plains, what did they bring with them? And we had videos on, they brought law, they brought education, they brought faith. We brought that in and looked at that. and then the conflicts still between even the European settlers, and we looked at the American Civil War down at Fort Blair, which is in Baxter Springs. And I picked night photos of each one of these places. Most of them trying to get the Milky Way coming over the top of them. Some couldn't do that, but I did get starry backgrounds. Love to do night photography. Astrophotography is quite fascinating to me. And then finally, last week was the move from agricultural Kansas, and it's still very agricultural. Every place around where I live now, it's a lot of wheat country, corn, cattle. This is farmland, but it's not just farmland. The industrial age moved in, and a lot of people don't realize that coal was mined here in southeast Kansas, and it was a major supplier of coal, very good coal. And one of the ways that they mined it was strip mining. And so this video that I was sharing with last week, and it's still out there, that video shows Big Brutus. Big Brutus is the largest electric shovel that's left in the world. Let's see if I can get a picture of that thing. Yeah, here it is. That's Big Brutus, 180 feet tall. That bucket will shovel 90 cubic yards of earth, 150 tons of earth. And if you look behind it, you see a little red, it almost looks like a toy shovel. Well, that's actually a full-blown shovel compared to Big Brutus, which is just huge. They drove a D9 dozer into the bucket of Big Brutus. So that was a fun video to share. And again, it was very popular. If you haven't seen it, I would invite you to go look at it. Also, I have put up a website. This is my website. And the website is www.wanderingmonkhikes.com. And on this website, I've got a portfolio of all kinds of photos that I've taken. And you just click on whether you want to look at landscape photography or astrophotography or wildlife photography. And then there's a fourth category there under that portfolio section that is, if you want to go with me on an adventure, contact me and let's talk about what you would like to see and do. And if you want to go with me for photography, we can make some arrangements on that. So, yeah. Well, hey Ken, good to see you on here. We got Bika. She has made comments on here. Great to have you guys. If you want to join, fine. If not, then that's okay. I fully understand. Let's see. Did the website. Talked about the website, but I also, in addition to the website, I do a blog, and it's on that website. And what I try to do is I take one of the photos that I've taken, and I try to tell you the story behind the photo. And then if you're interested, and I have a lot of people that comment and ask me, what are my camera settings? So I try to do sort of a geek speak, and I try to tell you how I took that photo, what were the camera settings on that thing. So read the blog. I try to put a new one out every week, and I focus on one photo usually each week. I just got back from a photo trip across West Kansas and into Colorado. And there's Ken. I'm gonna bring you on here, Ken. I'm just sort of telling about some of the stuff that I've been doing. How you doing?
Good. Long time no see.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
I just got back from my trip across Kansas to Colorado. I was going to share some of the photos that I took. These photos will be in the calendar. I'm doing a calendar this year. It's a little different. It's strictly on Kansas, and it's sites. It's night photography, Milky Way sites across Kansas. Like this one is the Cathedral of the Plains, and it sets out in Victoria, Kansas, out in western Kansas. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful church. And was
That's
able
nice.
to get there. Thank you. Thank you. Got the Milky Way behind. It was.
Yeah, you're good at those star Milky Way pictures. Awesome.
I try. This one is El Cortalejo. I had done a picture there back in March at the beginning of Milky Way season. Really never liked it. I like this one better because it's more simple. I just set up in front of the ruins and took the photo. I didn't try to do anything fancy. I just took the photo.
Beautiful.
And it turned out a lot better.
Dan,
Same way here.
What was that in the foreground on that? Was there some structure there?
Yeah. It's the foundation of a pueblo. It's the only. Yeah, it's the only pueblo in the state of Kansas, and it had like 6 different rooms. And my goal was to take that center wall that's going away from us and have it pointing directly at the Milky Way. And according to photo pills, the Milky Way should have come up in between the trees, that gap in between those trees. Well, I don't know. It didn't. Yeah. It was off to the side. It still turned out nice.
So I heard you talking about the Little House on the Prairie and the Pueblos meeting up, and those coming out west. How far from that structure was where the little house was?
Oh, it's 350 miles.
Oh, it's a long way away. Okay.
Yeah, it's a long ways. Yeah, it's separate ends of the state.
Yeah.
Little House on the Prairie, of course, is here. Where I live in southeast Kansas, and that's out in western Kansas.
Okay.
And then this is Little Jerusalem Badlands State Park. And again, I tried to do a picture back in March. They here really didn't like it because I was just trying to do too much. So I stopped. I just took some lights and shined down in the valley where those rock formations are at. And I, from there, just did the photo, and it turned out well. Glad you like it, Vika. These were, I think, better than before. Then I have a new one. This is the St. John's Lutheran Church of Pleasant Green. Pleasant Green is a ghost town, and it's not there anymore, and it's not even really a ghost town. It's nothing there other than farmland, but this old church remains. And so I went in, I put lights on the inside of it. The church is full of barn swallows. They were everywhere, and they were flying all over the place. But I love this one. It turned out now nice. And then the final one I'll share with you is here. This is Stephen's Chapel, and there's no longer a church there, but they still use it for night services and weddings. And it's actually managed by the Rawlins County Museum and Historical Society. But the community loves this little church. They went gone in there, and in fact, the day that I was there, they were taking they'd come out to mow the grass and do weed eating around it. But yeah.
So Dan, when you say night services, is it a church night service or something else? Churches,
yeah. Yep. But it's not. They don't have a regular parish there.
Yeah.
There's no electricity out there. But when they renovated this place, they're really brilliant, and they put a connection on the front of it, and you can hook up a generator and turn the lights on the inside from that. But
that's really special, the way you catch the shot. It's at night. You got the lights in the church on, the dark roof, but then the stars just shine out. That's beautiful.
This was hard. This one was let's see, this picture is 5 photos. Because I took a picture with lights from the left-hand side, the left lower corner, lighting that bush. And then I went to the right side and I took a picture with light coming from the right side. And then I actually got up by it and sort of lit up the side of the building. And then I turned the lights on. They had left the building open for me, so I could actually go in there. And I went in and I put lights on the inside and then took that picture and then blended it all together. So this was the hardest one to do of everything I did.
Now you put the lights on the inside and you mentioned a generator. Is it a battery backup?
No, there's no electricity here. So if they have lights, they have to have a generator. I didn't have a generator. I had these little bitty, teeny tiny LED lights.
Is that what's putting the light out in the church?
That is why it's putting the light out in the church.
Oh, wow.
I'll show them to you. It's amazing what you do at night. Yeah, I had 2 of these.
Wow, that put out a lot of light in there.
And I had to turn it down to 2% illumination, or it was too bright.
Wow.
But see, you leave the shutter open for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it pulls in all of that lighting. And then I turned it all off and I take a picture of the sky and I have the shutter open for 8 seconds on the sky so the stars don't streak.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Those will all make the calendar. And you're good at that, man. I'm cheating this time. I'm putting the locations of it because.
Well, that's good.
But you're good.
I'm having fun doing it. You helped me this time. You gave me a couple of the videos. The other ones I was able to get, I think the one before it was another one in the park up north of you, up near Kansas City. But
yes,
that was tough because that it was a fountain, and I thought at first it was a waterfall. And I'm trying to figure out, and then I recalled you were up there, and there was something. I don't know, something in the park that you were at. That picture wasn't in it, but something in the park caught my eye, and I said, it's got to be up in the same place. But this one, I needed help with the bird and the sunflower and bushes there.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Especially, the Kansas City one, I didn't expect anybody to get that because I hadn't shown it. Yeah. That picture wasn't in anything else. But you put 2 and 2 together, and you're good at that.
Yeah, the first. Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, you're getting a lot of views on my searches because I'm going through all your videos trying to find a picture. And actually, the first one with the lily pads, there was a similar photo at that park. It wasn't the same photo, but there was a similar one. I said, where else? I went through the whole year. Where else would it be? So that's why I guessed that one.
Yep, you did good.
I'm having fun. It's like I'm doing a maze or something, trying to find your way through.
Yeah. It's it's good. I'm impressed. And actually, because I don't have any more copies of the calendar here. So
that's hard.
They're gone. They're all. So I have to go back to the company that I used, and they save all my projects.
Yeah.
So I have to go back there and pull the project back up and look at it and say, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I've got 2026 ready. I just finished it. I think you'll like it. I'm more pleased with it than I was the first one. Of course, that was my first year.
I don't know I like the first one. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, good.
It's on the refrigerator in the kitchen. That's our main documentation calendar.
Okay. Well, it will 2026 should be. I'm when I get back from Spain, I will start to order them, and have them here. But I've done a few things differently each month is a different picture. It's all Kansas, and it's all night skies. Most with Milky Ways, but there was a couple like Chase County Courthouse. It's in the middle of town, and the city lights blew out the sky, so
Yeah.
I couldn't get. I got some stars when I backed way off. I got some stars.
Yeah.
I was real surprised with the Cathedral of the Plains because it's right in the middle of a town too, but they don't have many lights on. Very few lights there, and that turned out well. It turned out well. So yeah. But yeah, and then I got Spain coming up in September.
You doing Camino?
Yep.
Any chance you'll see Kat? I know she's in Belgium. Any chance you'll see Kat over there?
Perhaps she's in this. Well, she has been in the States.
Yeah, I saw she was in Washington.
Yep. She went back up to her school where she was attended when she was an exchange. But we're trying to get to where we see each other. She's
That would be nice.
gonna try to come down and see a section and maybe hike a section with me, which would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be. That's a little easier to do because the Camino it's more of a civilized hike.
Right.
Because it's going from town to town and you're staying in hostel to hostel. I don't think you can wild camp in Spain. It's against the law. So, but yeah, it'll be good.
I think Sue would enjoy that one.
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
Probably no huge mountains, I would think. Are there any big ones? Yeah, she would like that.
Let's see, we're doing the Primitivo.
I'm gonna have to look into that. We got a big trip coming up, Dan. You're going in September. We're going in the fall. Have you ever looked at Voyageurs National Park up in Minnesota?
I just saw.
It's actually just west of Isle Royale, and it's just remote camping on lakes. So we went out early and got the closest campsite to one of the launches. It's probably about a half mile across, and then there's a little bay you go into and a campsite in there. But we reserved it for 5 nights, and we've never kayak camped. We've canoe camped, but never kayak camped. And Sue loves to kayak, so that's our plan. And last week we did our first time kayak camping. We got a place on the Connecticut River overnight. Went in and paddled about 1.5 miles down to the site. It's a remote site. And brought everything. I mean, we're going just for one night. We brought a bag with about, for an individual, 6 days of food, 3 each.
Wow.
And we brought 4 gallons of water, 12-pack of seltzer water. We just loaded everything that we might want to bring with us for that first trip over. We won't bring the 5 nights of food. We'll leave some in the car, and then we can paddle back and resupply.
Okay.
But we brought a whole bunch of stuff, two tarps, our tent, sleeping bags. We actually put 2 fold-up chairs right on top of the kayaks.
Of course.
We got a blow-up raft we put behind it. It has a cover over it. It's made for this. You can throw gear in that and tow it behind your kayak. So we use that, and it couldn't have been. What's that?
Like having a pack mule with you.
Yeah. And it went really well. We enjoyed it. It was an overcast day, but it didn't rain until about 10 o'clock at night. I have an old 3-man Eureka tent. It leaked on us in February, a year ago February. We were down in Florida, and it's old, and it was leaking. Everything got wet. So I seam sealed it when we got home, but haven't used it since. It poured overnight, all night long, from 10 o'clock to early hours in the morning. It poured, and we didn't get a drop inside. So that was a good test.
Good. Yeah, very good.
I have a little tarp my son gave me. set up a hammock under it, left it hung just to test it out, left it hanging overnight, and it stayed dry. So it was a really good test of all our gear. And so I think we're ready for Minnesota.
So when are you doing that? In September?
Yeah, in the fall.
In the fall. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's probably wise because let the flies go away.
Yeah. It's gonna be cold up there though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it will be. But there's a guy I just started watching. It's Little Tiny Cabin Life is his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Young guy, amazing channel. He does really good, but he's from Minnesota, and he was out on one of those islands, and he took a he calls them his little cabins. He's made a cabin on a boat, like an old metal fishing boat, the old style, and he's got a cabin on there, and he stays in it, and he took that thing up there to the island, and stayed out there in that boat, and then he's got a trailer that he calls his mobile cabin, and he's got and all these things. He loves wood fire, so he's got wood stoves in all of these cabins, little teeny tiny ones, and he stokes them with wood and keeps warm at night.
Nice
with the wood. So his last one I watched, the mosquitoes nearly ate him up. They invaded his cabin. It was a new cabin, and they found where there wasn't a seal somewhere.
Oh boy,
they got on him. So it was wild.
Mosquitoes been tough this year. I've been feeding a lot of AT hikers, and mosquitoes have been brutal.
Oh, and you saw Krez and Metro.
I'm hoping to see them one more time. I caught them twice. I fed them down in North Carolina. We were on vacation in Kentucky. On the way home, we stopped at Tellico Gap and caught the two of them. And saw Gray Jay as well. And so I wanted to get them up here, caught them here in Connecticut. And I just contact him. I have Chris's tracker, so I'm following where he's at. But Sue and I have a camp up in Maine, so we haven't been up in a couple of years. So who knows? Yeah. Might have all the mosquitoes and might have other bigger animals living in there. Who knows? But we're going to go up and check on that and stay for a few nights. But on the way up, we're going to try to catch them again.
Oh, nice.
So that's coming up. Actually, we're getting ready for that trip.
Andy's looking skinny.
Yeah, that happens to you on the trail.
Oh man, I'm a little concerned for him.
I think you know me, Dan. I'm a small guy, and I probably lost 25 pounds. I was down to 126 pounds on the trail.
Oh my goodness.
I was a toothpick. I mean, I'm skinny anyway, but there was nothing left. And I was fine.
Okay.
But
right,
did you see their adventure recently with the bear?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that thing climbed right up on Andy's tent.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh my word.
I was concerned about it. Because see Sue, she's saying hi.
Oh. Hi. Normally I have the camera turned the other way, but because we're getting ready for a trip, the table in front of me is all covered with gear.
Okay.
We're not going for a few days, but Sue's a planner and she's getting everything ready ahead of time.
Good for her.
If it was
proud of
I got babysitting in between.
She's got I don't know if you heard her. She's got grandchildren to babysit in between. So
yeah. Okay. Yep. Well, I got a church thing out in North Carolina to do in the end of August.
Wow.
And I won't be back home until Rick and I fly to Spain. So from the third week of August until the first week of October, I'll be away.
Third week of August?
Yeah.
That's when
first week.
That's when Connie starts dancing.
Yeah. She's happy. she's already making plans. Party. She's planning to go up to Wisconsin
Oh,
to visit a friend up there. Actually, several friends. When I commanded Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, I was the post commander, and
Yeah.
we've got friends all up through there, and so these are some NCOs that I'd worked with that are just wonderful folks. So
Yeah.
she's going up to see them while I go to Spain.
nice.
No bears in Spain, so I don't have to worry about that.
Like that's two this year. We fed some other hikers when we were doing 6-pack. These 3 came in. One of them was Night Owl, and she's hiking with Flyer and Tuck, and their tents are, they're a couple feet apart. And early hours, same thing as Metro. Bear came up and started sniffing her head through the wall of the tent. She woke up to it, started screaming. Next thing you know, everybody else is screaming at the bear, but it took off. That one with Metro came right up on the tent platform, put its claws through his tent. Oh, and then Alpha Gal started chasing the thing, throwing rocks at it. I think that was after it left their platform, it went to the next platform, and they started yelling. And Alpha Gal went after it with a couple rocks. And next thing you know, he comes running back to the tent, and somebody yelling at him, "Don't run!"
Oh goodness, yeah.
They got to do something about that though, because that bear comes in once a week. The guy manning that station says it comes in once a week, and I guess the commotion started when it went near, the keeper's site, and he's yelling at it to get lost. So he got rid of it and went to Metro.
He made it mad.
Yeah,
he made it mad, and it went to Metro and wanted to get in. Yeah, Mika would be throwing rocks at it. That's crazy.
that is.
The only one I had was at Betty Creek Gap or Betty Creek tent site. There was a bear that he wasn't afraid of anything. Wasn't aggressive, but he wasn't afraid, and he ended up stealing my food bag.
Oof.
And I had a PCT hang. It was a perfect PCT hang in an oak tree, and I thought, there's no way that bear is going to get my bag. Well, he did.
Do you know what he did? Oh, he pulled the line.
I watched him. Yeah, he stood up and got the line in his mouth. He can't get it with his hand. It's paws. Grabbed it with its mouth and started backing up until he heard the carabiner snap, and then he let go, and it comes flying out of the tree, and then he's charging.
Smart.
He was smart, brilliant, brilliant. Never saw my bag again. But Ben McMillan, Hilltop Packs, he made me a new bag and sent it to me. It was nice.
I don't know if it was him. Somebody from Hilltop Packs was on Metro's live stream last night. He did a live stream on the bear attack, and somebody from Hilltop was on there.
Oh, really? I didn't see him last night.
I gave him a shout out. And I said I really like my my food bag with the logo on it.
Yep. He does good work.
Yeah.
He does good work. He made my ultralight backpack for me. Yeah, it's got a logo and stuff on it. And then he made the food bag. Then he made me a little bag that I've got my battery, my power bank in it. So yeah, he was setting me up.
Speaking of lightweight, Kat got me doing the Stealth Camping Alliance challenges. I've probably done about 4 of them so far, but one of them was good. I actually gave the challenge to hike a mile and do the challenge, whatever camp you want to do your camp your way, but hike a mile or film a mile. And I hadn't thought about it, but I just gave it. I said, I can hike a mile anywhere. And then I went, what do I want to hike? And I thought of Mahoosuc Notch. So I went
Oh,
up
I
in,
watched I
I went
watched
up
that.
in May and I sunk, within 10 yards going into Mahoosic Notch, my leg went full length into the snow 3 times. I almost went back. I said, let me try a little further, and I got through. But it was crazy in there. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
But you did 2 miles. You went in and then you
I
did
went
back.
out, right, and I was soaked. It was cold. The wind was howling. So I could have done a longer loop going up over the arm. And I just said, I don't want to go up into that wind. So I went back. Second time wasn't as bad. You're kind of slowly it's up and down, but you're going more uphill. So in that rocky terrain, it's a little easier going up with all that snow and ice. But and I knew what to expect, so I was a little more careful where I was stepping. Because you could step in one, if you got a big thing as ice, you could step on it and go down a 10-foot crevice.
Oh yeah, it's not in there. You're out there by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It was fun.
I was thinking about you guys with this Stealth Camp Alliance thing, because where I stayed, the one church, the one looks like it's about to fall down, which it is about to fall down, and a farmer owns it. It's on his land.
Yeah.
It was a ghost town. But there's no town, no sign of town anymore. It's just the church is the only thing that's left. But it's full of barn swallows.
Yeah.
It's got probably 30 nests in it. And when I went in there to set up to sleep, all those swallows.
You did sleep in it?
I slept in there. And all those swallows came and they were chasing, they were flying around me. And once they got used to me, they went home and left me alone. But
yeah.
They were.
That would be a perfect spot.
Yeah,
you should go back. This month's challenge is, and Dan, this would be perfect for us. It's show your lightweight gear. Do the stealth camp any way you want, but show your lightweight gear. So in preparation for the AT, we did. I was cutting tags out of my clothes. I still have all that stuff. Could show that, there's no tags in my clothes because I caught it out to save fraction of ounces. Used to wear heavy boots. Now I have trail runners and all kind, the backpack, the tent, everything's lightweight.
Yep.
But I don't know if I'm going to make it. I've already done a couple camps, but I don't know that I'm going to make it to do a film for this month. It just got too much going on.
I do. Between now and the time I go overseas, it's gonna be it's swamped. I just finished the video for the 5 places in Kansas that I stopped at on my way out to Colorado, and I've got all the video for the Colorado trip. I got to see a moose.
Nice. Oh, nice! Awesome.
It was a baby moose. It was a moose. Right. And I saw it, and then I don't know if I can get them on here. Let me see if I can do something with that.
That was in Kansas?
No. There's no mooses here. But
where was that?
It was in Colorado.
Okay.
Let me see. That's not it. But yeah, here we go. Let me see if it'll open. I don't know if it'll open or not. But we'll try. Oh, here we go. Yep. Here, you see it? Oh, are you there? There's the moose.
Nice. Oh, is that a grown one behind it?
Mama's behind it.
Oh, there's Mama.
She would never turn around.
Yeah.
I was driving into the Rocky Mountain National Park. There were some mule deer, some bucks there playing.
Yeah.
And then I see something move down at the stream, and I pulled over and stopped, and I looked, and there was this baby moose. So I got on my belly, and I low crawled under a spruce tree, and I'm taking these pictures. And when I start to crawl back out, there had to be 50 people around me.
Nice.
And two people from the Park Service, 2 young ladies, And they said, did you get her number off her collar? I said, no, she'd never turn around. I never saw the number. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But then I finally did. She turned around and I told him, okay, it's number 7.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
so I got her. But then the thing that was fun, where I camped was, Nicole and Tim. Nicole likes a lot. Tim eats a lot. They had stayed at a KOA ground there at Grand Lake, Colorado. And they said that there was a mama moose and a baby moose that came and visited the campgrounds. So I got a tent site, same place, and wonderful people. And they said, well, we're going to put you up right on the marsh so that you can, so when she comes, you'll see her. Well, I'm there, but I'm there two nights, no moose. No moose. I went back. I told him. I said, I don't think you guys are telling me the truth. So
those moose know when they know when you're going to be around. They said months in town, head the other way.
And this one, I was trying to get it to come up, but it won't come up again. Let me see if I can get a different picture of her. But the last night, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I hear a young man say, there's a moose out here. So I come scrambling out with my with my camera, and she was right there. Let's see if I can get her.
You grab my glasses.
I'm hoping that this will come up. Oh, it won't come up. I don't know why. Okay, last one will be the baby. But I don't know if it's going to come up either, Ken. I don't know why they're...
Hey, Kat's on.
What's that?
Kat is on. She's in the in the chat. Hi, Kat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good.
Reruns.
We've been talking about you, Kat. I don't think this is going to come up either. No, it won't come up either. Bummer. It'll be on the Colorado video. You'll see it.
Yeah.
This mama moose, she was huge. And I come out of my tent and she's going to walk right up to me. I mean, she's not 10 feet from me, and she's walking toward me like she wants me to scratch her on the head. And I threw my hands up and, it's at SeaTrack Airport waiting for flight. I put my hands up and she stopped, but she still just stayed there, started eating grass. The baby was bounding around like a little kid. It was neat. It was really neat. She was not concerned, but I was a little nervous. I mean, she was close. She probably got within 4 feet of me.
4 feet. Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, I could have reached out and almost touched her.
Wow.
And she didn't care. Now she was putting her head out, started sticking her head out toward me, like, scratch me. And I said, no. I'm too nervous about that. Hey, Kat, PTL sees you. He's the first one that saw you there. I was too busy yakking. But it was a good trip.
Good.
And all kinds of, that was my wildlife trip. The others were stars, but Colorado was wildlife, and I had a blast. There were elk, there were deer, there were marmots.
Special out there.
There's a little chipmunk. He was on the side. There's a dirt road that goes 9 miles of a dirt road that goes across there off the ridge road. And I was on it. Nobody else was there. So it was quite a deal, Kat. So I see this chipmunk in the middle of the road. So I stop the car, get my camera out. I'm sitting down in the middle of the road taking pictures of this little chipmunk. He comes running up to me and takes his paws and puts them on my knee.
Oh, wow.
I,
Wow.
I sent Connie a text and said, this chipmunk is right here. She said, well, bring him home with you. And I said, I can't do that. I think he would have come with me. I think he would have.
Wow.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I'll see if I can. I don't know if this will come up either, but see if I can get. Yeah, I don't know if this will come up. But, yeah, here we go. This is the marmot.
Yeah.
He was
That's a good shot.
he was just taking it all in. He was looking out like he was very contemplative. Soaking it all in.
And now, are you close to him, or did you use your telephoto, or both?
Yes, and yes. Yeah, I was very close to them, but and then I in fact I was so close that I had to switch from a big telephoto to a smaller one.
Yeah.
But they weren't scared.
Wow.
They just took it all in. This was the.
I just hope the porcupines haven't gotten a hold of our cabin again. It was one year we got there, we hadn't been in a while, and porcupine ate a hole right through the wall. It's just texture 111. Nice. Nope. Wow, look at the rack on that thing.
Yeah, and it's all velvet. I thought of I thought of Bika when I was out there, and then there's
wow.
Yeah, and the one was chasing the other one off, and they were sort of fighting for a little bit.
Yeah,
and then he won, and see if I can get one last photo where he was. I don't know if it's going to take it or not. It may not. No, it's not going to take it. I don't know what the deal is. That's weird. But he just sort of came back and started eating. So, yep. Yeah, crazy. It was a crazy chipmunk.
I was watching a video by one of the Stealth Camping Alliance people, Nancy Trecker, and she's in Canada. Kat may know where she's at, somewhere in Canada. But she went out just to get away, a 9-mile hike to a remote lake site. Oh boy, what a beautiful spot. But she had a fish. She got a shot of fish jumping in front of her, and in the morning, beaver swimming out, right in front of her site.
That would be neat.
Yeah. She was camped right on the water.
I am going in December. There's something's Bluffs. It's up. It's in Missouri. It's east of Kansas City, Missouri. And she doesn't know exactly where she's from.
Yeah.
But it's the Eagles. Eagles sort of congregate there. And they said, there'll be 300 to 500 eagles there. And so I'm going to go up and try to get pictures of eagles. And then I'll go back to Nebraska next March, planning to do the sandhill cranes again, because that was amazing.
Yeah. Did you give up on the owls?
I haven't given up, but I haven't seen any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was good at? There was somebody I used to watch related to the AT, but the hikes they were doing up in Maine, they knew of a park. This lady would hike through a park, and she saw owls almost every time she went in there.
No kidding.
Yeah. I can't think of the name. What's that, Sue? Oh yeah, we had one on our trip on the Connecticut River last week. We woke up or actually just before we went to sleep. Or did we wake up? I can't remember.
No, just for-
Just before we went to sleep, one started right on top of us, started
No.
screeching away. Yeah, it was neat. I mean, it was
Yeah.
right over us. You know, it's interesting. There was an animal making noise. So I think I started yelling at the animal to get away. Didn't want it chewing on the tent. And that owl just started screeching. He probably was getting ready to get that animal.
You messed his dinner up.
Yeah.
Well, when I was this last week, when I was out at Lake Scott State Park, I saw one. He flew over me, but it was, you could just see the silhouette. I couldn't get a picture. It was so fast, but they make no sound. It's just, I love eagle or hawk or owls, because they make absolutely no sound as they're flying, and just amazing birds. But now there's one of the places out in western Kansas, there are burrowing owls, and I may need to go back and see if I can't do something there. Apparently they are easier to find. But if you find prairie dogs, you'll find burrowing owls.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. Apparently they cohabitate.
Yep.
So sort of makes sense.
You have some prairie dog areas near you, don't you?
Yeah. It's not too far, but they really like the plains of western Kansas.
Yeah.
There's a ton
That
out
Big
there.
Brood isn't far from you, is it?
Now, Big Brutus is real close. It's
Yeah.
it's less than an hour from me.
That
And,
thing's huge.
it is a monster. That thing, 180 feet tall. I forgot how many tons it weighs. 11 million pounds. I think it was 11 million pounds.
Wow.
I know that it was, to assemble it, they brought it in parts on 150 railroad cars. Took 150 railroad cars to bring it here. And then they built it. So it's crazy. Connie that was her, what time is it there? 4 p.m. It is almost 6 p.m. here, Kat. So you must still be, are you still in Washington State?
Okay, still in Washington State, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, she must be, right?
that must be, because she said she's getting ready to catch a flight.
Because we're 3 hours from Washington. It's almost 7 here.
Okay, yeah. I bet she's still there. She said she's at the Sea-Track Airport waiting for her flight. So
Yep.
uh,
Hope she saw some more neat stuff out there. A lot of beauty out in Washington.
yes. My brother-in-law, well, they moved from Washington down to Oregon, but he has a big place out down in Oregon.
Yeah. It was a wonderful trip, saw a lot of neat stuff. But last year when we went to Washington to see some national parks, I hit a rock going up to Mount Rainier and broke the oil pan. That was an expensive trip.
Oh my.
It did serious damage to not only the oil pan, and we had to get a 2-hour tow. So the guy had to come 2 hours from Seattle to the top of Rainier, where the parking lot is, to get us. Put the car on a flatbed. He didn't have room in the cab, so we sat in the car on a flatbed for 2 hours back to Seattle to get another rental.
And rode back?
And rode back.
Good grief.
Yeah, so that was a disaster. And then after going through that, we did the rest of our trip, had a good trip. We get to the airport, and that's when the computer glitch happened. And so all the airlines were shut down. We were on Delta, which was the hardest hit airline. We ended up in Seattle for like 5 or 6 extra days. We couldn't get out. we kept having flight after flight canceled. We must have had 4 flights canceled the first day. And somehow a friend of a friend of a friend, it traveled from the East Coast, mid-country, and maybe somebody in Kansas, Dan, to northern Washington, to Seattle. And we get a call from 2 people who were offering. One was right in Seattle, and we said no. We got a flight at like 6 o'clock that night. We started midnight the night before.
Yeah.
We slept in the airport, and 6 o'clock our flight was canceled. They started boarding it. And next thing you know, they shut the gate. People were coming off, and they told us canceled. So then we called the lady back, and we ended up staying in her house for like 5 nights. She put us up.
Okay.
But over that course of time, Delta canceled a few more flights. I finally switched to Alaskan Airlines. And sure enough, the one I switched from did get canceled on Delta. So I'm glad I switched.
Yeah.
It took us almost a week to get out of there.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. So we had a wonderful time visiting the sites, but it was expensive with the car. You know, insurance didn't cover it all. So that was a costly mistake not buying the insurance from the rental car. And
I hadn't thought about that, because you always think about, if it's collision or something.
Yeah, my insurance covered a part of it, but they throw in all kinds of fees from the auto company, and the insurance doesn't cover all that. All that stuff was $400 or $500. And then there was some other things that weren't covered, but the deductible. So it ended up costing me close to $1,000 for hitting a rock. We went early to get up for sunrise, and one of those, you see the warnings of rock falls. Never think it's going to be you.
Yep.
Sue yells, "Watch out for the rock!" And I see it. I could have easily slowed down, and I saw it. I was like, "That's not that big," and boom, hit the oil pan. But it also did damage under the front end.
Kat says her flight's only an hour delayed.
Yeah.
So
and that was good. 6 days, no good.
Flying back tonight. Wow. Well, yeah, that's tough, and puts your whole life on hold.
I see many days. What an adventure! Many days to wait for a flight. It wasn't actually just yesterday. The lady that put us up in Seattle, who's a sister in the Lord, sent us a note. I guess a picture came up on her thing, the year anniversary of it. And so it made her think of us as she sent us a note asking how we're doing, and told us we're always welcome to stay at her house if we go back to Seattle.
Oh, that's nice.
We were able to tell her, she's welcome here.
Yeah.
She, somebody that had some tragedy in her life, her husband and daughter, they were on a trip, and somehow they went separate ways to do something different. And on the husband and one of the daughters were hit by a car, the head on. Somebody went over and hit them and killed them both. But and so the reason she put us up, her way of dealing with all that is she started a ministry to people that she's close to the airport. And her ministry is to help people who are stranded at the airport. And so she does a lot of missionary support. They come into Seattle area, and she'll put them up in her house. But if people get stranded, somebody gives them her name, and she goes and picks them up and brings them home and lets them stay. And she did it for us and put us up for a long time.
Very kind. That's very kind of her. Yeah. It makes me think of, I read a book, 9/11, when all the flights got stopped in Newfoundland, Canada. And all the Newfoundlanders, they put all of those people up for so long in their houses. So, Kat wants to know what company you rented from.
I think it was Budget, maybe.
Okay.
I think it was Budget.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I always depend on my own insurance, and I think from now on, when I rent a car, it's worth paying the extra for their insurance. Just
Okay.
if you buy it from them, you're covered for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting because I always just use my own. I mean, USAA, they they're going to cover everything usually, but I don't know about something like that.
Yeah, I have a deductible, so it wouldn't cover that. And then again, they throw on administrative fees, which are not part of the damage, so that they don't
Yeah.
cover them.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I think what happened with us too is they processed it. So you have an oil pan damage and you had some front end damage. So they processed the claim for the oil pan. And the claim goes through the insurance and they accepted it, except for the fees. And the fees weren't that much. But then all of a sudden there's a second claim and my insurance company's claiming. I'm saying, you guys got to deal with your adjuster. I don't know, I hit the rock. I sent you all the pictures I had. And I think what happened is because there was damage in the front end, they've got to do work on that. And so it's got to go to another shop. So there's a whole nother set of processing fees, towing fees, and all that to get it from one shop to the other. And so you got a whole second set and it more than doubled it all. And none of that transportation, the back and forth between them. The insurance paid for the tow, the 2-hour tow from Rainier to Seattle, but they didn't pay all those little ones from back. I think they towed it to a shop somewhere, but then they got to go to different shops, and it doesn't cover all that transfer.
Mm. Oh, yeah, Kat, she got the insurances. Do you see that? She had to replace the windshield. Must have caught a rock.
Oh, see that? It's good to get all the insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
She locked her key in the car too.
Yeah,
see, now AAA would cover that one. They would come out and open the door and let you in. I have AAA, but and actually my insurance is AAA. I probably should go with USAA, but I think AAA was cheaper.
I like USAA. They're just, they make things too easy. And everything from my house, and now they've bundled it. So my house insurance, my car insurance, my own, I forgot what else. I got a bunch of insurances all bundled together, and then they take care of it.
Yeah.
And when I had my wreck, I wrecked Connie's car. And when I did that, called them and they took care of it all.
Yeah.
So it was good. All right. Well, brother, I think we probably ought to land the plane here.
All right, Dan. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah. And I'll let you know. I'm not sure what next week's looking like for me. I don't know what you're up to.
We may be up in traveling in Maine. I might be feeding Metro in
gotta be good. Well, tell him hi for me the next time you see him.
I will.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would.
Good guys. It's neat how the two of them hooked up and they're doing well hiking together.
Yeah. That turned out to be real good.
Yeah.
All righty. Let's see, sir. You're gonna have $800 to come up. Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
That's crazy. Yeah, Kat, good for you. Good for you. Yep. And then, Kat wants you to say hi to Metro as well.
Okay.
So, all righty. Well, Ken, God bless you. Good to see you. And everyone, thanks for joining us, Kat. Safe travels to back home. Hope you have a wonderful flight as you go back. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.